Get ready for the feature presentation.
And now, he's my daddy, Marty Big Fry, and his best buddy, Stewart James.
The podcast. It's a podcast. Another podcast welcome in. My name is Marty McFly. That's my friend of over 20 years over there, Stu James, joining me on most of these podcasts. Once again, thank you for spending time with us. Today, we are jumping into the Facebook challenge, and this may be more than just, I'll go ahead and tell you up front. We're going to try to offer you more than just, what we've seen with this 10-year Facebook challenge that's going on, and the conspiracy theory that some people think is behind this 10-year Facebook picture thing is what we're going to jump into with this particular topic. So is that what it's called, the Facebook 10-year challenge?
The official, I think, is the 10-year challenge. It all started actually as they were wanting people to post the very first picture that they had on Facebook, and then they wanted to post a current picture. And it averaged out to about 10 years, and it was kind of tough to go back in the archives and figure out which was the first picture you posted on Facebook. So then it kind of morphed into the 10-year challenge, and a lot of people are taking advantage of this. They're posting both those pictures. I won't do it.
No, I didn't do it either.
No, I don't want to be afraid.
Well, listen, outside looking in, for me, it's just, listen, I know I've aged in 10 years. How can you not age in 10 years? I don't need to be reminded of how I've aged in 10 years. In fact, let me depress myself a little more. Let's do the 20-year challenge.
No. Okay, you want to know who hasn't aged in 10 years? I saw a picture of them, and this is an artist, Luke Bryan.
You may be right that he's not.
He posted a picture from 10 years ago. He posted a picture from today. The only difference that I could really see is the teeth are a little brighter now.
That may be true for some people, but I will say this. Is it, for most people, if you see a picture, is it the fact that they haven't aged or the fact that they know how to use filters now? Which one?
Ding, 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 ding.
You see?
An example. Madonna posted a picture from 10 years ago. She posted a picture from today. You can tell the picture from today is heavily filtered. So, no, she hasn't aged.
Yeah. You see, I don't know how to use a filter, nor do I even care to learn how to use a filter. I am who I am. And
the only filter I know how to use is the one in the car, and I change it every 10,000 miles, and that's about it.
So I've seen some people that have posted like one of their pictures 10 years ago, and then they post a current one, and it's like a really professional job done with this picture. Not only is it a professional headshot, but there's been a lot of touch-up work done on it, and then they'll post that one and go, look. I'm like, well, yeah, you posted a shot of you hanging out on vacation and then one of a professional headshot. Now, of course, it looks better. I don't want it to become a competition because I know I am not going to do well in that competition, so I just kind of avoid it. But I do enjoy looking at other people's.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You see who's aged, who hasn't. I know I have. I don't want to prove it to the world, though.
In my social media profiles, I have even foregone a profile picture.
What are you going with?
I was at a location doing a broadcast, and I can't remember the guy's name, but the manager, I think his son was 10, 11 years old, and he was drawing. He's a really good artist, and he drew a picture of me, and I kept it. He drew it and just handed it to me. He said, it's so nice. I kept it. I made that my Facebook profile picture because he did such a wonderful job.
See, I was going to make fun of you, but that's a cool story, so now I can't. When am I going to follow that up?
Right, and I figure it's better than what you have to work with anyway. I have enjoyed looking at people's pictures, though. They've done this, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing it. And listen, jump in and have fun. And some of you are aging really, really well. You're becoming like a fine wine. Some of you are. Some of you, not so much. I'm just going to be honest with you.
He's looking at me when he's saying that. I'm just saying.
Here is the other side of this whole 10-year challenge and what people say. People say, the conspiracy theory people, maybe they're right. Maybe there's something to this. A lot of people want to think this was started by Facebook. Facebook says no. This was a user-generated thing that started and became viral. They didn't say they weren't behind that user that generated it. The conspiracy people think that this is a whole, setup to help facial recognition software.
They say Facebook is collecting these pictures and they're going to put them in their database so that they will be able to more accurately use facial recognition technology for years to come.
And so you, in doing this fun challenge that you can make fun of your friends going, wow, look at that. You really did well, or wow, you really need to pick up the pace a little bit. With you enjoying that aspect of it, A lot of people thinking they are getting this valuable information out of it. Facial recognition technology, it's there. You can turn it on or off in Facebook.
Taylor Swift used this at some of her concerts over the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were tracking her stalkers.
Oh.
And so they were using facial recognition technology at the shows to try to identify these people.
It's a good idea. And listen, she may be up there toward the top of people stalking, that's for sure.
She can afford to use the facial recognition technology.
I think it was overseas, New Delhi maybe, that police used this. They tracked down nearly 3,000 missing kids using facial technology. So there's some aspects of this that are really good when you start talking about this. Now, if you remember back, and I don't know how many people remember back, but, everything you do online is for targeted advertising now, right? We've all noticed we go somewhere, we search for something, or we go buy something, and then next time we go online, boom, there's all these ads for whatever category
we're looking for.
Yeah, we just bought. Amazon, I think, started this back in the day. They introduced real-time facial recognition, and I think this was 2016. So they began selling services to people like law enforcement and stuff. If they would notice in their picture, it would pick up things, right?
Right.
And then they would start targeting. A lot of people, including a lot of their shareholders, asked them to stop doing that. And that story was out in 2016, and they did stop doing that. But
all I'm going to say is Big Brother is watching.
Isn't there an aspect to that?
There is.
While we're having fun doing whatever we're doing, is it all about targeted advertising in the end?
Yeah, I believe so.
Is that what I do too? Never forget this, and some people have a real problem with this, and you can have a real problem with whatever you want to have a real problem with, but some people still do not get the fact that whatever you do and you put on the internet in any shape, form, fashion, app, whatever, once it's out there, it's out there. Don't put it out there if you don't want it to be
seen by everybody or heard by everybody.
Or possibly used for whatever. You'll never track exactly what it's used for. Even with Facebook, I see people complain, and I understand. It's your privacy, but I understand they put it on there and then they complain about if it's going to be used for something. Well, number one, it's a free service. And if you don't want something out there, then don't put it out there. I mean, isn't it that simple? There's things, if I don't want you to know about, I'll never put on Facebook. If you find out, well, you've done a good job. But if there's something you feel that private about, whether it's a picture or something you've said or a view you have on something, and that's a big one right now, right? And you want some sort of privacy about that, yet you post it on Facebook thinking you are going to have some sort of privacy about it. No, it's like yelling it out in public if you put it on Facebook. Some people still don't get that, and I understand there's privacy, yada, yada, but still, you put something on the internet, it's out there. Don't kid yourself about any other type system.
It was so long ago, most of us don't remember when we first signed up for Facebook or a lot of these social media things, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be. You know that thing that you just scrolled through, you didn't read, and then you agreed to?
Yeah, I never read.
You signed up?
I never read that stuff.
Exactly. In that says that this company that you're signing up for, they own the rights to whatever you're putting in there, and they can use it for whatever they want.
Yeah, you know who started that system when there's just so much stuff that it's impossible to read it and you don't want to read it? You know who started that?
Who's that?
You know how they before it ever got to the internet, how they tested that theory of there's so much fine print they won't read it and just sign it. You know who started that?
Who's that?
Employers. Specifically, maybe radio employers.
I'm still not through the entire employee handbook. I'll be honest.
It's what I'm saying. They give you an employee handbook. I have never in my entire life, and I've been working in radio since I was 19 years old.
Wow, that's a long time.
That is a long time. I have never in my entire life, once they started making handbooks, they didn't in the beginning, I've never read this stupid thing.
Well, it's like they set War and Peace down in front of you. It goes, okay, I'll get through this one of these days.
And not that I'm not saying, I'm not talking about one company or another. I'm just saying I have never read the doggone thing, and I have to sign something saying I did read it. There's no way I've read it. I've never in my life read a company manual.
Well, if you've ever, perused through it and just picked out a couple of lines, It's written in legalese. So I have trouble understanding what it's saying anyway.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is they did this for years, and so they now know, once the internet came along, they now know, hey, if we put a bunch of legal stuff in here, people just click the box just to be done with it. I never read, and I should I have never read the fine print on any of that stuff.
You know, we say that, and there's someone out there listening to us right now who actually reads every word of the fine print before they sign it.
And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying they're right. I think the majority of us, especially guys, we just go clickety-click.
Oh, yeah.
Or signety-sign just to get it over with, right? My wife won't trust me sometimes when we go through this insurance every year that we have to sign up for.
Because you don't read it.
Yeah, because we have to decide between mine and hers. If it's mine, there's a lot of stuff. Just, I'll take that, and that, boom, ba-doom, and I'm done. And so she will want to look over what I did, like I'm a second grader or something.
She usually finds a mistake. So,
and I get it. If I make a mistake, that's pretty major for our family throughout the year. I get it. Why she wants to check my spelling. I just want it to be clickety click over with and done.
I agree.
And I've kind of got. But anyway, so you're right. We don't pay attention to all that detail, but I'm telling you, if you have some sort of expectation of privacy on the internet, whenever you go to news sites, whatever the next great social media site is to come that we don't know about yet that you're going to sign up for in the next several years, maybe you want to start reading the fine print, because this targeted advertising and targeted, whether it's recognition of one thing or another, is only going to start getting a little more complicated and keep building, I would think. So enjoy the 10-year challenge. Your pictures look amazing.